friend Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. Now this is one when I saw that it was announced. I knew who it was just by the title of the band, even though, I didn't know who it was, but it's called Hugo's Voyage. And in case you're not familiar with the name Hugo, there's not a whole lot of people out there with that name, at least not that I know, singing or performing. And it's Hugo Valente, who is probably most well known at this point as being very similar in singing style and appearance to Steve Perry. And he's been around for many, many years. This isn't like a new band. It's a new band, but he's like not new to the scene at all. This band itself was actually formed out of a Journey tribute band. I guess they formed this band back in 2005. The band's called Voyage, so I guess I understand why they put Hugo's name at the beginning of it, because if it's just called Voyage, it's not really a very original name. I mean, I guess it's great for a Journey tribute, but when you put Hugo there, you're like, I wonder if that's Hugo Valente, and it worked. So I understand why they did that. I know him more from singing with the band Valentine. I remember that's where I first discovered him from, and great melodic AOR type rock. And of course I noticed way back then he does sound a lot like Steve Perry, and I'm going to make that comparison because this was born out of a Journey tribute band, so how can I not? And there's a couple other bands he's been involved with. He actually has a couple solo albums out, 2 or 3. He did one with Josh Ramos called Hugo Ramos, which I've had for years too, and I've always really enjoyed his singing, so I was really looking forward to this. Just on a little side note though, Steve Algeri, or Algeri, however you pronounce it, his latest album features several of the members from the band Valentine's, or whatever the other name of the band was before that. There's Open Skies, I think was the name of the other band, but anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting that the actual singer from Journey took the musicians from that band, and then Hugo went on and forms a Journey tribute band after that, so it's just kind of strange how that all worked out. But anyway, the rest of the guys in this band I'm really not familiar with all. We got Robbie Huffman on guitar, Greg Smith on bass, Dana Smellman on drums, Spellman, in case I said that wrong, and Lance Millard on keyboards. Now this is all original stuff. There's no Journey songs on here. This is all original music, and it sounds exactly like something that you would expect from a Journey tribute band, and that's not a put down at all. It's actually exactly what I thought I was going to hear, which is a good thing. That's why I was interested in this. This actually probably sounds more like Journey than Journey's last few releases, but anyway, very melodic. His singing on this, he does, in case you haven't seen anything on YouTube, because there's a ton of stuff on YouTube of him performing during songs, he does sound like spot on. On these songs, he sounds a little bit more like himself. He's got, more like the Valentine type stuff. He doesn't have that super powerful high tenor like Steve Perry has. It's a more controlled, smoother. Steve Perry has a very strong voice. In later days, he has a little bit of rasp going on. There's no rasp going on with Hugo, and it's not super powerful. In fact, he doesn't really go for the super high notes. He can hit like the higher notes, but he doesn't go for the really, really stratospheric high notes on any of this stuff. But that's fine, whatever. It's like, that's not a negative at all. It's just he doesn't really go for that stuff. And he stays with what he knows, and he does what he does very well. He does sing in the higher register a lot, but like I said, he doesn't go for the super high notes. And some of the ones that really stood out for me on here were Sound of a Broken Heart. I thought was a great song. That's just one I could listen to over and over and over again. Actually, really good. There's another song called How Many More Times, and that was kind of like a mid-tempo rock. A lot of this is like mid-tempo. There's nothing really that rocks out super hard on here at all. In fact, there's a couple really slower songs, but How Many More Times is a really good one that stuck out for me. And there's a song called September Love, which was kind of a mellower song, which is one of my favorites of the slower ones. And then the last two on here are kind of strange. There's 12 songs on here, and the song number 11 is called The Voyage, which I thought was interesting. And that one's probably the most rockin' song, I guess, on the whole thing. And most interesting musically. It does more, but it wasn't definitely not the most melodic one on here. Still a good song. I broke it up a little bit, and I kind of like that. However, it ends with a song called "When Heaven Makes an Angel," which was like super long, super slow. It never really went anywhere. It was less kind of like, eh. So other than that, this, they should, if they just left that song off here, this would have been a great album. I would have like graded this probably close to a 10, maybe like a 9.5. But with that one on there, I got to drop it down to like an 8. That one just like, I don't know, the terrible way to end an album. But other than that, kicked butt. I would recommend this to anybody who likes this style of music, not just Journey, but this style of music. You're gonna love this album. It's really like probably what you wish Journey was putting out. That's kind of how I felt when I was listening to it. I'm like, I wish like Journey was putting out music this good. But I guess now we don't have to worry about it because we have this. So anyway, that's my little take on it. And as always, I welcome your comments. What do you guys think of this guy? Is there some other stuff out there we should check out of his? And like, share, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And we'll talk to you on the next one. See ya.